Guys, how are you doing? It's your girl Owamie aka Miss Fear Phongolo, coming back for all entertainment. If the first time joining me, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that I subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you, and do not forget, follow me on Instagram, TikTok and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now my ninjas, today we're going to talk and we're gonna still continue this whole Tuli Phongolo situation. A statement has been released. I did do a video where I read it out fully and I gave my full opinion, because I do feel like it's some BS. I feel like Tuli Phongolo was definitely thrown under the bus in that whole statement. It just makes it seem like it's like there were two parties that were victims. They were both very stressed, you know, and basically this is going to be a private issue. They've decided to privately resolve this, you know, and then somehow there were people that were making false accusations. Both parties can choose legally to go after whatever, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so she did retract, or withdraw the charges, but she did lay them in the first place, you know. So did they beat her? Did they also use an elbow? Did he strangle her? What did he do? Because nothing was actually said in that statement. With the whole statement, I did feel like it was basically a public cleanup for DJ Maphorisa and a throwing under the bus for Tuli Phongolo. At this point, I feel like it exposes her so much in terms of, if ever she was to ever be abused in any way, I feel like a lot of people will say, she's gonna withdraw anyway, we're not supporting her and things like that. But for me, I don't know why there's a part of me that feels so sorry for her. Like, I know that I'm like, you know, upset and like, why girl? But there's a huge part of me that honestly like feels so sorry for her. And I think that it's also just because for a while now, I feel like Tuli Phongolo has not been acting herself. You know, it's like almost as if she's not like a happy, bubbly self that was always sorry like booked, you know, living her best life, taking pictures and all this. And the way that she's acting as someone that has been going through a lot. And this is like before even this happened, you know. At most times it takes many women more than once for someone to go and open a case when a spouse or like a lover does something. Now obviously the fact that she went straight to the police, she did not even come to social media, it's one of those things that I honestly even applauded her for it, but unfortunately she even went in and she withdrew the charges. Now again, in that video I was just talking about how I feel our justice system is honestly failing us as women in South Africa especially, and I feel like this is the reason why we are the most endangered species in this country from the whole entire world. Like, South Africa is the most unsafe place for women in the whole entire world, and it is just scary. But one of the things that I'm actually saying is the fact that how are you going to go and report a guy for abusing you today and he gets bail literally the following day? When he comes out, what do you think is going to be the first thing that he actually does? If a man is violent enough to can actually physically harm you, trust and believe, like, a single night in jail is not going to make his head come down and him just realize I have, you know, like done wrong and I need to change my ways. No. And most of them, because most men that actually beat women up are psychopaths, you know, it's gonna just anger them. And when they're sitting there knowing that tomorrow I'm gonna get my bail, they're already thinking of ways to harm you even more and how they can do it, just not get caught this time. And that's how we end up actually having a lot of women getting killed and all this stuff, being forced to have to go and withdraw charges and everything. My heart honestly literally just hurts for her. I do hope that she's okay, and I do hope that everything is fine. If there's any advice that I can give you, Tuli Phongolo, if you ever come across this video, would be that please stay away from that man. I hope that you literally listen. If you ever come across this video, stay away from that man. Once an abuser, always an abuser. Obviously that goes if all the allegations are true, but we do know that he was arrested because we did see you entering Randburg court, and we also saw him over there. So if it is true that this man laid hands on you and whatever, please leave him. No matter how good he may be in anything, but if he's a man that can lay his hands on you, he is not for you. And men that lay their hands on women, they are not men enough. And at most times, they actually know and understand that you are way above their league. That's most men for you. And so that's why the feeling of I need to control, I need to do this, I need to do that, to a point of actually beating, that's when it actually comes, because they know deep down that it's either they don't treat you good enough, so they know that somebody can actually treat you good enough, they know you deserve better than how they treat you, and so they now resort in these extreme ways of trying to hold you down instead of just treating you really good, to a point where he knows and understands that my woman is so secure because I treat her so well that even if another nigga was to come, he is not going to win because I'm with her and she's secure with me. And so I honestly do hope that, girl, if you are with that man, dump him, leave him. It's definitely not for you. Start afresh and you know, live your life. I do not understand, honestly, as I'm saying, why she actually would do the charges. I do understand that obviously these are two high profile people, and if she was to continue with this, DJ Maporisa's career would just literally end, in my opinion. I've seen this happen with many artists. You know, when last did you even see them book Umambincha, guys, like for something serious? Mainstream media never wants to associate themselves with abusers, you know, and so I think that at this point they're trying to make it in a way that you know, Umambincha's career maybe can be resolved, and then they're acting like, oh, he was also a victim, both parties are going through stress and blah blah blah. But for me, I hate women beaters so much. Like, you is not man enough. If you ever lay your hand on a woman, you are not. And so, as I said, I honestly like just have this feeling where my heart just literally breaks for Tuli Phongolo. I do hope that you actually get peace, and I do hope that she can actually lift herself from this and keep it moving. Things like this can honestly put her into depression, because I know that there's a lot of people that the first instinct is gonna be, you see, you can't support them, and that was the first instinct I got, because I was like, girl. But then again, when I was recording that video, I realized that it actually goes deeper than this, and my heart also just bleeds to all the women that are out there that are in abusive situations. Please, guys, leave. Please leave. I know that there are people that actually say that, you know, the leaving is what is getting us killed. Our justice system is just so useless when it comes to protecting us as women, when it comes to this country. It's just honestly so sad. And the unfortunate part is that I do not see them actually doing any change or anything to try and even change the situation. Sometimes if you're going through like abuse, you go to the police station, they will judge you first, even for the fact that, oh, the person you're dating is not even a South African. Like, they will judge you for that. Instead of helping you, they want you know, they will start like scolding you and whatever. Sometimes it will be due to, oh, okay, oh, you're saying that you're being abused by this guy, or he's famous, he has money and stuff, it means that you're a slave queen, you just wanted money over there. They judge us, they judge women so much. And so I think what like that is the part. You can't really even say that I'm gonna find like, you know, protection from maybe the male police officers. Most times when you go to the police stations, guys, they ask for our numbers. I've experienced this, and you need help. What are you going to do? You're gonna give. Do you have a choice? It sucks. I don't know how we can actually change this, you guys, but honestly, I would be all for anything that we can actually say that, guys, let's come together. Like, what can we do? Because it literally sucks. I won't even lie. I've experienced this where I had to give out my numbers and I really didn't want to, but because I need help, what am I going to do? The people that are like, oh yeah, I will help you, you know, sissy, no, it's fine, just give me your numbers, I will, you know, it's sick, and it's also disgusting. You are a victim over here, you go to the police station, you still fall victim. You understand? And then when it comes to the female officers, who, especially when you're a woman, if you're dressed nice, you smell nice, yeah, it's almost as if like already by a judge, guys, like when you get there, it's almost like they look you up and down. It sucks. So I do understand that we live in a country that is really messed up. I cannot imagine being someone that is in an abusive situation and I'm scared to leave because, you know, I feel like there's no way that I can go to the police. But if you're in a situation where you can be able to leave and it's just like, oh, you know, I love this guy, please don't stop loving people that are abusing you. You know, if it's just an element of love, like, no, prepare yourself, relocate, you know, run away if you still can, you know, but find a way to live honestly. And most times, one advice that I can go ahead and say is that what I've realized is that as women, we're a lot stronger than we give ourselves credit. I will say this, that I never knew how strong I was until being strong was the only option that I had. I've seen this status, and I honestly, like it, I like, how can I say this, like I related with it so much that I never knew how strong I was until being strong was the only option that I had. And I think that with me, I also go into fight mode. Like the moment that I find that nope, not with Owamie, I immediately go into fight mode. I sit down, how can I do this, what can I do? Survival becomes my first thing, and I'm like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do to survive. And if it means I gotta leave you, then I'm gonna leave you. If I have to pretend with you so that I'm saving my shmoney, so that I will leave you behind, that's exactly what I'm actually going to do. Now I know that we're all not in same situations, we do not deal with the same people, but you know your person, you know how violent they are, you know what extent they can actually go to. And if this is somebody that physically harms you, please do not underestimate the fact that they can actually kill you. Most people that kill their partners, they did not mean to kill them, but it ends up happening because maybe they're beating them. This time it just goes too far. So please just be very, very careful. It starts with a promise, I will beat you. It goes to a slap, then it goes to fists, and next thing you know, you're meeting your ancestors. So please guys, take it serious. You know, please just take it serious. I don't even know what to say, because I know for a fact that our justice system fails us every day. But my heart really honestly goes to Tuli Phongolo, and I do hope that, you know, her close friends can actually be able to support her and be there for her during this difficult time, because wow, I think that she's definitely going through it. That statement, in my opinion, threw her under the bus. And it's almost like one career had to be chosen, and they definitely chose Maporisa's career, because at this point